Let's look at some of the fundamentals of promotion or advertising for Marketing 2085. Here's our agenda. We're going to look at some detail with the communications model, which can be used for more than just advertising, but for any type of communication, interpersonal included. The target market and promotional plan, structured and unstructured promotional design. Okay, so the promotion or marketing communications model is a communications model that fits pretty much anything. But we're the sender. So in this graph, and it would move from left to right as you see it on the screen here, we're sender. We have a receiver on the other side of the page. Our goal is to communicate to them. So we need to define goals first, which is what do I want them to know, what do I want them to do after they read it, hear it, see it, experience it, and so on. So no matter the marketing mix or media. All right, but we're going to choose a media. And the media is going to be one that the receiver understands and knows how to use. But when we encode the message, so we determine the goals of the message, what do we want them to know, what do we want them to do, the receiver, we're going to encode it in such a way that they're going to understand it. So if you got a receiver or an audience that doesn't understand English, it's not going to do you any good to communicate in English. You got to find the language that they understand, or terms or phrases. So encoding is a critical element in this because we hope to and desire that we are understood, because we're trying to motivate this receiver. Remember, inform and persuade. So the media or message is what sort of wraps up or delivers the message to the receiver. So it might be print, radio, TV, newspapers, bus stop signs, skywriting, sponsorships. There's a public relations. There might be a host of different media out there. They all have certain strengths and weaknesses, but whatever we choose, it's going to be one that the receiver uses. Okay, and then if we've done well, the message will be decoded or understood by the receiver. Okay, now we keep following. So all this happens, and there's no guarantee that they're going to pay attention, because we have to fight with noise. So you see on the bottom left-hand side of the screen that noise. That's where the creative side of advertising comes in, where we're trying to get noticed. And noise is all the things competing for the attention that the receiver's attention. And in any given day, it would probably scare us if we knew how many ads that we were subjected to, no matter the media, from billboards to on the radio to the internet and so on. But what we're hoping for is a response. So that could be, and that's part of our goals here, which would be sales potentially, or coming to the store, or visiting the website, or both. And it's kind of limitless. But this model can be used for anything. So if next time you send an email, before you write it up, you create a structure or an outline that says, what do I want them to know, what do I want them to do? And then plan accordingly. It'll greatly help your communication versus just kind of a rambling, sort of semi-incoherent messaging. You need to get to the point. You really do, especially with promotions. And to a certain extent, entertain. Okay, target market and promotional plan. Well, the target market is who we're after, or who we're trying to communicate with. So we need to know their media habits. It's not going to do any good for us to use the newspaper if our target market, in fact, does not read the newspaper. Now, they may read it online, but that's why we have to know the media habits, because that will tell us how we're going to have to design and deliver the message. Okay, so then the mission comes in. What are our goals? What do we want to have happen? What's the outcome of this promotion? Again, is it sales? Is it likes? Is it visits? Is it what's our goal here? What are we trying to do? What are we trying to communicate? The enabling factor is, as you might guess, money. The more money we have, the more options we have, the more time we can spend promoting, the more grandiose the promotion can be. And there's a host of different ways to do this, from online and social to the more traditional. Messaging and media, again, we're going to choose media based upon the habits and the tastes or the preferences of the target market. So our messaging is going to be the same no matter the media, but we better think very carefully about it, and it should be informed and tied directly to the product's features and benefits at some level. Why are they buying it? What's in it for them? What's the value proposition? And then last is measurement. How are we going to measure success? Which we've mentioned before a few times, but we need to measure. And today, with the advent of internet advertising and the digital media that's available, we can get much more accurate results as far as who's watching, who's listening, who's clicking, and so on. I mean, with much more specificity. It's a fascinating and very deep area of marketing, that is advertising. One more thing, structured and unstructured promotional design. These are messaging goals, and structured and unstructured is sort of terms for facts or versus emotion. Now, you can use both in an advertisement, and they can both be very effective, and they're not mutually exclusive. But sometimes our messaging is going to be more fact-based, given the audience and their preferences and what's going to motivate them. Remember, what we need to inform and persuade. Well, what's persuasive? If facts are more persuasive than more emotional appeal, let's stick to the facts. If the opposite's true, then let's go with the emotions. Again, know your target market. If you should learn anything at all in this course, it's know your target market before you make decisions regarding products, pricing, promotion, and distribution. So it's been my pleasure to serve you in this capacity, and I hope you've enjoyed the course. Thanks very much.